Alright, we are back for Game 2 of the KCM Race Wars Season 4 Week 1, sponsored by Rupang. And we just saw effOrt get absolutely destroyed by effOrt. We'll see if effOrt can do the same to best on crossing field here. Alright, starting off, look at that nice Nexus. Okay, if you guys haven't seen enough of the remastered graphics, please watch, and look at things. It's so beautiful. In the top left, we have Best in the teal, who is gonna be going for a proxy. Love seeing it. I love it. We've seen so many proxies in the KCM, both yesterday from the Season 3 game that I casted, and it looks like we're gonna be having a lot of proxies today as well. Down at the bottom right, effOrt, the orange Zerg, unsuspecting, unaware, not knowing that this pressure is going to be coming his way very, very shortly. So we'll have to see where Best decides to put down these gateways. It might be up at this third base area, then it can just stream down directly into the natural. If we have a 12 hatch, it's going to be absolutely the worst thing possible for effOrt. We'll see if effOrt is very greedy, decides to go for that 12 hatch, or if he's going to go with a little bit of a safer overpool. It doesn't look like it though. He's nearing that 200 minerals and sending a drone out now, so I'm not sure that we will see it. Wait, oh, is he a god? Is he a god? Is this the god scout? No. No. You didn't see it. Oh god. Oh, that is the worst feeling in the world. So effOrt manages to scout everything except for right where the proxy is. Luckily, he did go for the early pull though, so he's gonna be alright in terms of having units to deal with this pressure. He's not gonna outright die, but either way, like, that's one thing you gotta be kicking yourself for. You scout out around and you still don't see it. It's gonna be very annoying to actually see, but he's gonna be taking the backdoor expansion anyway, so it's not too much of a problem for him. Backdoor expansion is relatively safe. There might be a little bit of pressure coming out from this first zealot, but Best is in no way going all in with this. This is just a small pressure build to force out some early lanes, force effOrt to make a couple decisions that he wouldn't normally want to make. So, but the 12 pull is very strong versus this, so this is going to be a pretty nice build overall, I think. First zealot gets spotted, and effOrt is immediately going to know what's going on. Hopefully those are 3 sets of links. It looks like they are, so effOrt in a really good spot. Unfortunately, the Zealot is getting a pretty good position over here, being able to get behind the mineral lines, and this probe is also doing quite a bit of work as well. So overall, this has been a pretty successful pressure from Best, forcing out a lot of links from his opponent, but behind this, he's had to make a lot of defenses back at home. He's had to rebuild a lot of his infrastructure, so even though he's forced out a couple of links, his economy, his tech is behind as well. It's not as good as it could possibly be, and so far effOrt has done a pretty fantastic job of microing around these zealots and doing a good job of just forcing, but loses one of the drones, so not so good. But overall, pretty good defense from effOrt. Wow, he accidentally glitched that one Zergling through the mineral line. That was pretty nice. He needs to make sure that this Zealot doesn't get behind the mineral line too, and that's what it's starting to look like. More and more lings have just been flooding out so far, and it's forced effOrt to spend a lot of the resources that he normally would have wanted to spend elsewhere on just trying to defend. The constant pressure of these Zealots has been very annoying, and has been definitely stressing the multitasking of effOrt in this game so far, but he does have a pretty good idea of what his opponent is doing. He's got an Overlord in Best's main, so he knows what sort of tech might be coming his way shortly. And right now we're going to be having the backdoor taken for Best. Very smart decision. You can't really die to a counterattack as long as you can control that small ramp coming into your main. Leagues are going to go out now and look for that proxy. And so far we've stabilized. effOrt is in a pretty solid spot. He went ahead and got his first 100 gas, just going straight into Zergling speed. So we're going to be seeing a lot of Zerglings early on to just try to control the center of the map, make sure that no more shenanigans are going down. Luckily, I think he sees the expansion going down for best. He's going to be spotting out the tech as well, so he knows what's going to be going on overall. He's not in too much danger of suddenly dying to some sort of cheese or anything like that. Lair on the way now, and most likely we'll be heading into an early Spire just to get some scouting information inside best base later on, followed by the Hydra's transition after that. This Zealot just being annoying, trying to get a little bit more scouting information. Luckily for best, he's going to get a pretty decent amount of information. He sees the layer going down. He knows that the speedling tech is done as well, so he knows everything that's going to be going on. And here's the Stargate going down for best. Nothing surprising there. That has been the standard opening for Protoss for so long, ever since Bisu introduced it in his Corsair DT play. See if Best decides to go for the follow-up +1 speed lot attack, or if he's actually just going to go a little bit more traditional, go for the DTs, maybe even go for some sort of big 2-base all-in follow-up. There's lots of interesting things that you can do from this position as the Protoss player, but it all starts with just clearing out vision with those Corsairs and preventing the Zerg player from really moving outside of their base until they have good anti-air. First Corsair is building. +1 already started, so we are most likely going to be seeing a +1 Zealot timing attack. Or at the very least, a very strong 2-base push. Lots of really cool stuff that you can do here. Hey, Dr. Namus, I love the octopus. It looks great in chat. Where's that from? Whose channel is that? It's beautiful. In any case, so let's go ahead and... Wait, or is that like a normal one? Oh my gosh, wait, that's a normal Twitch emote. That's amazing. Sweet. Anyhow, so we're going to be going into the full 3-base tech from the Zerg player. We're going to be having that Hydralisk Den plus the Evo Chamber, trying to get the Hydralisk upgrades while starting +1 carapace to match the +1 attack of Zealots. If you don't know already, Zealots, when they get +1 attack, will 2-shot wings. So in order to counter that, you need the +1 carapace, and then it just becomes a race to see who can stay ahead in upgrades for the rest of the matchup. So we have actually quite a bit of early hatches for effOrt. He's doing a pretty good job. I think he's up to at least 5, going up to the 6th one there. Up at that 4th base now, so lots of macro going to be coming out from effOrt in the next couple of minutes. He's got tons and tons of money to work with, and he's going to have quite a bit of tech out very soon as well. First couple Scourge are going to come in here, scout, see what's going on, and normally they just sit here and camp the Stargate for as long as possible to prevent the Corsairs from doing any damage, but the Corsairs are already on the other side of the map. They're actually going to be doing quite a bit of damage, killing off 1 Overlord, 2 Overlords, maybe even a 3rd. Finally, the Hydras show up, and they're going to be able to push this back for now. Unfortunately, well, okay, that actually wasn't bad at all. That was really nicely played by effOrt. Unfortunately, I think this last one's going to get away. Scourge are like a slight, barely bit faster than Corsairs, but basically, as long as the Corsairs run in a straight line, they should be fine getting back home. Worst case scenario, you can't actually magic box them, but Protoss players don't know how to magic box, so it's fine. Big push coming out here early on to try to punish this fast 4th base, but there's pretty good Zerg numbers so far, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think that +1 has finished, so the Zerglings just absolutely evaporating underneath the pressure, and a couple more Zerglings coming in right now may be able to stop this, but I think this hatch is definitely going down in the next couple seconds. The Zealots are finally starting to get pretty weak, but they just They just cut through these Zerglings like a knife through butter. It's pretty amazing how strong +1 Zealots are against Lings, and I'm not sure that he's actually going to be able to hold this off, especially with that last group of Lings going down. And behind this, Best is taking a third base. So this was a very good tactical attack from Best, catching his opponent off guard right before the critical massive Hydras really came out onto the map. So very well played by him. effOrt is going to try to push back and get some damage done to his opponent, but what is the state of the Templar? Do we have storms out yet? Are we going into the DTs? What's going on? That's what I really want to know. These units trying to flank around and maybe pick off these units moving out across the map, but actually Best just going straight for a counterattack with those Zealots, not even worrying about his defense. He's going to try to pick off that 4th base and force a retreat, but I don't know, this is a ton of pressure coming in here to the natural right now. effOrt really needs to be decisive right now. There's only a couple of storms and a couple of these cannons. Can he actually get in here? Good splits are going to be necessary. That was a pretty nice split. That one was less good. So this is a little bit unfortunate. Can he get that last cannon and start pushing in? The cannon does go down. He's going to be able to kill off the Archon as well. These Zealots have to run back home and defend this. This is absolutely disastrous for Best. He maybe took too big of a gamble. Ended up losing all of his High Templars, all of his Storms. These Hydras are going to be caught out a little bit out of position in the middle of the map, but with the reinforcing Hydras coming out across the map, I think this is going to be held off pretty nicely. He's got 2 more Storms available, so maybe he can hold this off with some really good Storms. effOrt really needs a split. Oh, a little bit of inattention, taking a lot of damage on those Hydras and weakening them up quite a bit. Maybe at the very least, effOrt can break this 3rd base and at least kill off the natural, and then he'll be in a really good spot to just take his 4th and continue on into the game. I don't really want to see him push up into the natural quite yet, especially up against those storms, but oh, a DT came into the 4th. Oh, the DT actually killed off the base in his back door, so tons of damage coming in from Best. Best is actually in a fantastic position, killing off that hatch with just the DT. I cannot believe that actually just happened, especially since you get that indicator from the game. I cannot believe that effOrt actually just let that happen. So effOrt is actually in a terrible position. He's 2 base versus 2 base, and that 4th base kept getting canceled. He lost that backdoor expansion, and Storm's raining down, killing off a lot of these Hydras, or at least softening them up. Can he actually keep pushing this back? Does a pretty good job of still containing his opponent, but with that expansion going down in the back, this is absolutely horrific for effOrt right now. It looks like he might actually be considering a tech switch to Mulus in the very near future, but with how much damage has been done to his economy, that's basically an all-in. So yeah, we just saw a bunch of gas spent. I think this is going to be a ton of Mulus coming in pretty soon. Or at least a dozen to just start sniping Templar and just go all in with this next push. But Best is being proactive. He's just going to go ahead and move out of his base. Full vision from effOrt. effOrt knows exactly what's going on. So he's going to be trying to go for some sort of a backdoor attack. And here come the Mutalists. Can the Mutalists clean up this push that's coming out his way? We'll have to see. effOrt is going to try to cancel this yet again. Maybe even kill a couple of these Templar that are on the high ground, but they're going to go ahead and morph into an Archon. And at this point, effOrt has kind of just suicided these units up here. I'm not sure if this is really worth it, because this is all he has left. This is all he really has to be going right now, and I think maybe he's just trying to buy time to surprise his opponent with these Mulists, but it's not going to be enough with cannons in the main and the Dragoons coming out right now as well. It's going to be pretty easy for effOrt to deflect this pretty soon. effOrt just has to actually just destroy this entire mineral line instantly, but there's already 2 Corsairs, there's 2 cannons there. That's easily going to be able to push that back, and this is disastrous, absolutely disastrous. He's going to try to micro against these Corsairs. Does a really good job of killing them off, and maybe he can break this natural, but the storms are really scary for him. He needs to micro perfectly in order to deal with this. But there's too much AA already in the game, and without that backdoor expansion, effOrt is in a lot of trouble. He's desperately trying to hold on, find some advantage somewhere. This wouldn't be the first time that I've seen effOrt go for a crazy all-in play with Mutalists and come out on top, but considering the state of things, he's really not in good shape at all. I don't think this is going to be a game that he can pull off. This is probably going to be a game in favor of the Protoss. Even a Dark Archon coming in soon, so awesome to see. If you guys haven't seen Dark Archons in HD, which I have not either, so... Oh god, Dr. Neva, stop with the puns, you're killing me. But this one Corsair has done so much damage to these Mutalisks. All these Mutalisks are so soft. One Storm's easily going to be able to clean them up. And with the Dark Archon out here now, there is the potential for the Maelstrom Storm. One Maelstrom just ends the game instantly. Luckily, this is going to be scouted out, so effOrt knows what's coming. Unfortunately, he's lost a lot of Mutas just trying to go in for this attack. That's basically all the Mutalisks. As far as I can tell, he's only got one Mutalisk left and almost no units back at home. And this is a gigantic Protoss force with the Dark Archon in there as well. So even if a ton of units get blasted out for effOrt right now, he's down to 50 supply. Oh god. Down to 50 supply, and this push should be GG. If effOrt survives this and somehow comes back to win, it would be the most miraculous play ever. It would be like literally Jesus sitting at the keyboard playing the game. But I don't think that's gonna happen here at all. Even with all of these Sunkens, this is a gigantic Sunken farm, and it's a smart idea to go for the Sunken farm in this particular position. Try to turtle on the 3 bases, maybe get a hidden base over here in the 12 o'clock position, but this is just such a big army that I think they can honestly, Best can just run this straight down and destroy all the static defense. There's just not enough here for effOrt, and here comes the big attack. It's going to be going straight in. 3 of those Sunkens going down almost instantly. Tons of units just piling through, and there is the GG effOrt not being able to hold up to that pressure from that